it's almost always useful to put some boundaries and constraints on what it is that we're doing. They could be arbitrary. I mean, one of the other upsides, I know I'm still referring to it quite a bit, but one of the other upsides to me using this tree video is that it puts a hard time limit on my videos, that they won't be more than 4 minutes long. Because that happens to be how long of a video I've recorded of this tree on this hill. Now, there may be some videos that are shorter than that, like yesterday's, but it puts a maximum size on it. And this I find is so important for our projects as well. One of the things that results in so many people finishing their game jam projects, many of whom struggle with their longer term games, is because their game jam project, from the moment it starts, they know when it's going to be done by. It's the same reason why in our clubs, whether Gamketo Club or the college clubs that I started before it, these are things that we've now finished over 200 team games consistently by the deadline. In large part because from the moment it was pitched, we knew when it was going to be released by. And as long as you can set that stake in the ground and plan around it, well, then you can sort of slow things down as you approach. You can start deciding these trade-offs between, okay, we shouldn't keep adding levels because of the time we have left. We shouldn't add any more mechs because of the time we have left. These are things that we can plan for only if we know when the target release time is. Otherwise, it's very tempting to spend uncomfortably long, unproductively, counterproductively long in the exploratory fun of the sort of pre-production phase, thinking about what's possible or what you might do or which path you might go down without ever really going down a path. Or meandering in the open-ended middle phase, where there's always more that could be done. It's just a matter of when and how is enough enough. And if we've set ahead of time how long we're going to give ourselves, that gives us the freedom and flexibility within those constraints to do our best work. This is, lastly, the same sort of thing that we even see have the effect of improving, in some ways, counterintuitively, improving some people's writing on Twitter. That when we first came out, it seemed like, especially when it was still only 140 characters, what a joke to try to have anyone write that way. And everyone was using terrible text contractions like a text message or whatever. But instead, it's evolved into a medium for comedy, into a medium for news, into a medium for public exchange, where people really iterate on how can they best use each piece of that character limit to say something effectively, efficiently, right to the point. In a way that when people are on giant WordPress blogs, sky's the limit, no constraints, no editing process, no iteration. The constraints are helpful to improving the quality and reach of what we do.